The morning shift at Sunny Diner just off the highway in Austin, Texas, was always bustling. Locals, travelers, truckers, and families all came and went. But every day, no matter how early it was, Emily Brooks was already there. Apron tied, smile steady, pen behind her ear. At 27, Emily had worked at the diner for nearly 5 years. She was quick, kind, and had a knack for remembering everyone's usual. But the first thing most people noticed wasn't her warmth. It was the long scar on the right side of her face, stretching from cheekbone to jaw. A haunting reminder of the fire that took her childhood home and her parents when she was just 10. She survived, but not everyone treated her like she had. "Can you get someone else to take our order?" a woman once said, not even trying to whisper. "I just can't eat looking at that." Emily's cheeks burned, but she gave a polite nod and walked away. It wasn't the first time, and likely wouldn't be the last. She was used to the stares, the whispers, the awkward silence when people realized they'd been caught looking too long. But nothing prepared her for what happened next. One rainy Wednesday afternoon, just as the lunch rush died down, Emily noticed a man walk in. Tailored navy coat, polished shoes, expensive watch. He looked like someone who belonged in a boardroom, not a roadside diner. He took a seat by the window, opened a leather-bound notebook, and asked for black coffee. Emily approached with her usual grace. "Welcome to Sunny Diner. Can I get you anything else with your coffee?" He looked up. His eyes lingered for a second on her scar. Emily braced herself, waiting for that flicker of pity or discomfort. But instead, he smiled. "I'll try whatever you recommend," he said warmly. She blinked. The chicken pot pie is fresh, and the apple crumbles are our best seller. Then I'll take both." No questions, no awkward glances. He treated her like a person, something that had become all too rare. As Emily served his food, a trio of regulars slid into the booth behind him. 2 women and a man, loud and entitled, infamous for their weekly gossip sessions. They barely glanced at their menus. While Emily poured their water, one of the women looked her up and down and muttered, "You'd think someone with that kind of face would be in the back, not out front." The others snickered. Loudly. Emily stiffened. Her hand trembled, but she said nothing. Pretended it didn't hurt, though it always did. The suited man overheard everything. He looked up, jaw tight, but he said nothing. Not yet. After his meal, he left a generous tip and a handwritten note. "Your strength is louder than their ignorance. I'll see you again." Emily stared at it. Customers didn't usually leave notes like that. The next day, he came back, then again the day after. By Friday, he knew her name. She knew his, Nathan Hale. Still, she had no idea who he truly was. To her, he was just a kind stranger. But Nathan was a millionaire tech entrepreneur, a man who built his fortune in software and was now investing, quietly, in small towns, in people. And Emily had left an impression he couldn't shake. By the end of the second week, Nathan Hale had become a fixture at Sunny Diner. Same booth, same coffee, and always the same attentiveness. Like Emily was the only person who mattered in the room. For the first time in years, she felt seen, not because of the scar, but in spite of it. One evening, as Emily wiped down the counters after close, Nathan lingered behind. The diner was quiet, lights dimmed, rain tapping softly against the windows. "You ever think about doing something else?" Nathan asked. Emily let out a soft chuckle. "All the time, but dreams don't pay the bills. This job does." He leaned forward, hands folded. "What if money wasn't the problem?" Emily froze. "Excuse me." "I've been watching," he said. "Not in a weird way. I see how you treat people, even the ones who don't deserve it. You carry yourself with strength and grace. Honestly, you're tougher than most people I've met in boardrooms. She raised a brow. Boardrooms? He smiled. Okay, guess it's time I tell you who I am. He slid a business card across the counter. Nathan Hale, founder. Hale Solutions. Her eyes widened. Wait, Hale Tech? The billion-dollar app company? Guilty, he said. She stepped back, stunned. Why would someone like you eat here? Because I invest in more than companies. I invest in people. And you? You're the kind of person the world overlooks until someone finally sees their worth. Emily didn't know what to say. No one had ever said something like that, to her. Then, Nathan pulled out a folder from his bag. There's a local art and design college here in Austin. I spoke to the director. They're ready to offer you a full scholarship if you're interested. Emily slowly opened it. Inside, a letter of acceptance, a course list, and a signed scholarship offer from the Hale Foundation. I can't take this, she whispered, voice cracking. You can, he said gently. And you should. You told me you used to draw. You loved it, before life got in the way. This is your second chance, Emily. Tears slid down her cheek. Why would you do this for me? Nathan leaned back, smiling. Because when I was young, someone believed in me when I felt invisible. It changed my life. Now, I pay it forward. The next morning, Emily handed in her 2 weeks' notice. Word spread fast. The same people who once mocked her scar now whispered in disbelief. She wasn't just a waitress anymore. She was someone with a future. Someone who had been seen and chosen. 2 months later, Emily stepped onto campus. Scar on her face, strength in her heart, sketchbook in hand. She stayed in touch with Nathan, sending updates, art, and thank you notes. He never took public credit, but he followed her journey with quiet pride. Years later, Emily opened her own design studio, Scarlet Grace Designs. Named for the mark that once caused her pain, now a symbol of how far she'd come. Her first collection, inspired by survival, kindness, and a stranger who looked beyond the surface. Emily's story was no longer about a scar. It was about rising, healing, and discovering the beauty in what others tried to break.